Peace, Capricorn. May this message find you when it is most necessary. It is timeless. It is not a personal reading, but a general message for Capricorn. Now, Capricorn, the title of this reading is You Will Never Be Faux-gotten. Faux spelled F-A-U-X. Because F-A-U-X means false. It means fake. You will never be forgotten, faux-gotten, because you're not fake. And Spirit gave me the go-ahead to do this message, the encouragement to get it out. I thank you for watching. May whatever resonates be accepted, and what does not resonate, leave it be. Welcome to Verbal Herbs of Wisdom. Okay, so I'm shuffling these cards, and what would you like Capricorn to know about never being faux-gotten? Because they are not fake. The energy is too real. It is so genuine. And they are so condemned for the way that they carry themselves. All right. So right here we have a Six of Pentacles, a Five of Cups, and a Nine of Pentacles. Before I even break down what I see before me, Capricorn, do you see how you come always bearing gifts? Both hands are full, coming to bear gifts. Six of Pentacles. Six is a number of harmony. This Five of Cups here says to me, with this blue in the background, the blue represents, in the water, it represents emotions. Emotions over these three spilled cups of love. And the two that are standing behind this person. Someone is sad, actually, in their feelings, because they had all Five of Cups. They had all five cups of your love. They actually had more, but because they did not know how to handle and care for themselves, they could not care for you in a proper way. So right now they're fighting with themselves over those three cups of love that they spilled. And this Nine of Pentacles, again, another recognition of you as Earth. Pentacles representing the Earth, right? There's 9 of them here. And again, you are fulfilled. You are abundant. Your hands are full, being creative. We have vines here, tomatoes, actually on the vines. And tomatoes are a fruit. They're not a vegetable. So your garden is fruitful. Even in your hand, you have some carrots. And you're so abundant. You are so welcoming to this change that is taking place. You see the little bird on top, right? It is blue too. So we're going to say that your emotions your emotional maturity, because it's in the crown. Your emotional safety, your emotional stability is gaining and taking up space. You're starting to feel more secure where your emotional safety is concerned. Okay? And again, about the Six of Pentacles, right? You may be about to receive money in some way, or it could be that you are in need of giving as much that you are taking. And when I say you could be in need of giving as much that you are taking, you could have been taking a lot of shit. And now it's time for you to give 0 fucks. And just because you give 0 fucks, it doesn't mean you have to be nasty. It doesn't mean you have to be vengeful. There was an imbalance. And even though you didn't do your entire bells and whistles as you always do, because that is the heart of you, that is how you love, you give 150%. Even though you get a bad rap for being cold, distant, some people may call you calculated. You just see through a lot of bullshit and you don't have time for the games. So it's nothing for you to keep quiet. It's nothing for you to be in your own creative element, handling your business or taking care of yourself, or sometimes utilizing work as I don't want to call it a crutch, but you transmute your energy through your work. You give, right? You give, so don't be afraid to receive. And as far as you giving, as much as you have been taking a lot from people. You have been taking the back seat. You have been taking the low road. You have been taking the way of silence. So now it's time to give as much as you receive. But you're going to do it in a classy way. You see how she's dressed. She looks really cute. She didn't come to this party with an attitude. She's ready to go. So you could be coming through a time when you may have been experiencing 5 of Cups. You may have been feeling like you fought to get what you know you deserve, but it came halfway, because 5 is half of 10. 10 is wish fulfillment. It's the complete. It's the complete package. So maybe you need to give yourself this complete package. Gift yourself, Capricorn, the complete package, so that you're not feeling like you lost out. Once you pour into yourself the way you pour into others, this is where you end up fruitful, abundant, and creative, because this dress is orange, and orange, I believe, represents the sacral chakra. That is your area of creativity, your womb area. And if you are a masculine or a male, your creative area is not your womb, but your male counterpart, your male private parts. And it doesn't mean that you have to be actually engaging in the act. You could be transmuting that energy. That's if you are a masculine, right? But speaking to what is being given off in this card, there's emotional, there's creative, there's fruit being bared, fruit that has been sown. Again, after you give as much as you receive to yourself, so that you are not left feeling in this Five of Cups energy. All right, I'm going to put this down, and I am going to utilize some cards from my Vegas nerve deck, right? And if you are not familiar with your vagus nerve, it is what helps keep your nervous system regulated. So I'm going to take one card. What suggestion? Okay, we got one. Ooh, hold on. We're not going to take those. Oh, I might have to. They do look interesting, but this one first. This one is the breath of fire. It's to invigorate vitality, right? So it says this dynamic practice involves rapid abdominal breathing, leaving you feeling more awake, focused, and clear-headed. The technique stimulates the vagus nerve by bringing more oxygen to your blood, promoting a grounded presence that guides your nervous system away from shutdown. Okay, that's big because shutdown is all that's in the news right now, right? We're not focusing on the news right here. On the back, this card gives instructions on the breath of fire, and if you keep in mind, we just experienced a super full moon in Aries. Aries is a cardinal fire sign. They are about taking action. They are passionate. They are impatient. And they're going to jump in and do something the way that they feel. They're not holding back. Your breath of fire is going to help you bring more oxygen to your blood so that your grounded presence, it guides your nervous system away from shutdown. The way that you do that is you stand with your feet hip width apart with your hands at your sides, or you can sit with your hands on your knees. You're going to quickly exhale in short bursts. So it says exhale, doesn't say inhale. If you've ever taken or participated in hot yoga, then you have an idea of what these quick, short bursts of breath are like. Exhaling through your nose. And with each exhale, you're going to gently pull your navel towards your spine. So it's like you're breathing out, and at the same time that you're breathing out, you're pulling your navel inward. So it's actually like making your muscles work to pull inward. Imagine your breath is coming from your belly. So not your nose, it's coming from your belly. So as you, it's like you're blowing out. Instead of opening your mouth, you're blowing out through your nose, and you are pulling your belly toward your spine. Allow that quick inhale through your nose to naturally flow. As you get used to it, try 3 rounds. Now, 3 rounds could be, let's say, 10 breaths, right? To make it complete. You're going to do 10 breaths, 3 rounds of those 10 fire breaths of quick exhales, followed by an inhale. At the end of each round, you're going to inhale and exhale deeply. And then you're going to pay attention to any sensations in your body. Okay, I hope you got that. The next thing that we're going to show you in reference to regulating your nervous system is foot reflexes. These are densely packed nerve endings. The feet are densely packed nerve endings, making foot massage not only for relaxing, but also as an activator of the nervous system. If you've ever seen a reflexology chart, you know that every organ in your body can be touched through your feet. Massaging your feet stimulates blood flow and targets specific acupressure points, promoting overall relaxation, well-being, and balance. So you hear the expression, stand on your square. That's because both of your feet are on the ground. But with these foot reflexes, we're going to see how you activate vitality within your body doing those exercises. It says, sit comfortably with your legs extended. Then gently rotate your ankles clockwise and then counterclockwise. So what is clockwise? It goes around this way. Your ankles are going to go this way. Then you're going to go counterclockwise, right? Bring one foot closer to you. Use your thumbs to apply short, mindful strokes along the sole of your foot, moving from the base of your toes toward the heel. Pay special attention to the areas between your toes and the base of your heel, where specific vagus nerve points are concentrated. Then you're going to gently stretch your toes back and forth, promoting flexibility for further activating the vagus nerve. Now, I hope I'm not bombarding you with this message. The intention of it is to get you to do these exercises that bring you back to taking care of yourself, Capricorn. Because remember, you need to give what you've been receiving. And you haven't been receiving gifts of pleasure, love. Not to say that you're starving, but you understand what I'm talking about. You're a giver. You like to put out. So now it's time for you to receive as you've been putting out. These exercises, the foot reflexes, the breath of fire, and then pelvic rocking. These are going to help you take care of yourself. And you're going to pay attention to how you feel after you do these exercises, okay? This last card, it speaks about pelvic rocking. So it's gently rocking the it says gently rocking the pelvis can unlock energy trapped in the abdomen. Your abdomen is considered your sacral chakra. That's where your creativity is, right? And it's often trapped in the abdomen, revitalizing your core. Gently rocking the pelvis can unlock energy often trapped in the abdomen, revitalizing your core. Your core is your whole six-pack underneath your skin. I'm not trying to be funny and make jokes. You know, we all have desired a six-pack, but your core is what helps you to sit up straight. It's what helps you to sit erect instead of slouching over. This movement relieves tension in your lower back and hips, boosting relaxation and vitality. Additionally, it awakens the social engagement aspect of your nervous system, enhancing regulation and a feeling of security. What did I speak about? What did I mention about this here? Right? Emotions. You don't feel emotionally secure. That's because you've been giving more than you've been receiving. But you're going to take care of yourself so that you can revitalize yourself. And from your crown down to the root, right? You see her feet are covered. She's in what could be considered a grounding area because there's growth taking place here. So, with the pelvic rocking, this card describes it in this way. It says you're going to lie flat on your back, resting comfortably on the ground. Your knees can be bent, meaning they can be bent upward with your feet on the ground, or they can be extended as they are here in this picture. Tilt your pelvis upward. So right here, where her back has this little arch, when you arch your pelvis, it's going to go forward, creating a slight arch in your lower back. Then move your pelvis downward toward the earth. Sync your breath with these movements, inhaling as you tilt upward and exhaling as you move downward. So when you tilt upward, you're going to inhale. And when you bring your pelvis down, you're going to exhale. Okay? I'm not trying to keep you long, Capricorn. Let me see what I can pull for you. I'm going to pull from my I Affirm deck. I do appreciate you taking the time to check this video out. Okay? So we're going to see what we can affirm. What is going to be in alignment for Capricorn to affirm so that they can always remain the one that will never be faux-gotten, because you are the real deal. People can't come to you with fake shit. They try, and then they try to forget. They try to fake, falsely forget. They ignore. They have selective memory about how they try to carry you. But they can never carry you like that. That's why I say Capricorn can never be forgotten. You will never play Capricorn and act like they were just random. Okay? Especially an evolved Capricorn. Right? Oh. Right. Alrighty. So we have friend and teacher. This says, I trust my loved ones to care for me just as I care for others. Friend. I trust my loved ones to care for me just as I care for others. The second one says teacher. And you can see this pyramid shape here with growth coming out of it. It says, I am generous with the gifts I have been given. Okay, come on now. We're making connection here. By you being a friend to yourself first, you can always trust that your loved ones will care for you just as you care for others. So while you're busy receiving, while you have received in the past maybe treatment you did not like, by you taking care of yourself and being your own best friend, right? And it shows two here. This is a light and a dark. This is both sides of yourself. Because everything starts from within. Everything you see on the outside is a projection of what's going on within you. So you take care of yourself, being your best friend first. You can trust that your loved ones will care for you just as you have cared for others. And with this teacher, I am generous with the gifts I have been given. You have been given many gifts, Capricorn. Many. This is six of Pentacles. And I told you 6 represents harmony. It represents a harmonious atmosphere. It's one up from these 5 of Cups, right? You see how her head is down? She's really not feeling loved. But after she does the work to take care of herself as her own friend, she now becomes a teacher because she has been given many gifts and she shares out from the gifts that she's been given, showing others how to be their own best friend, self-loving on themselves, integrating their shadow parts of themselves so that they're no longer imbalanced. And as they nurture themselves from the root to the crown, they become very fruitful, emotionally intelligent, and balanced, covered, protected, surrounded by abundance, down to where both hands are full. This could be monetary and secularly, right? Maybe you're going to go into gardening. Maybe you have decided to grow something. It's something creative that you're about to do. I told you about this orange here, that sacral chakra. It's something creative that you're about to do that is going to put you in this energy of 9 of Pentacles. And really quickly, I want to read to you. I just want to read to you, backing up that definition of those pentacles, right? Those 9 of Pentacles. So it says it's a woman surveying all that she has accomplished. And to an outsider, this may look like you have it all. You know, that you have all that you need and want. But let's not forget the effort. The effort it took to get here, right? Being this friend to yourself. This is a well-deserved and well-earned time of reward. Reaping what you have sown, right? So you're going to be entering into a time of reward and gratification. When this card shows up, your hard work is paying off and it's giving a sense of independence and self-sufficiency. It may be that you are realizing that you are in control of your own life and you don't need anyone else to make you happy because you've been focusing on self-love and well-being, right? You've been focusing on self-love, being your own friend, and your well-being because you are generous with the gifts you've been given. One last thing I want to say about that 5 of Cups. And then I'm going to end this because, yeah, I don't know how long I'm taking. I can't really see the clock. But it feels like we've been sitting here for a few. All right. Fives are never easy cards. Five of Cups is showing that you may have suffered loss of something. Let me pull that back out. You may have suffered loss of something, right? And there's an undeniable sense of disappointment. However, notice the 2 cups still standing right here. It may be a good time to focus on the good of the situation. What was the benefit? What did you learn from it? What did this situation come to teach you? Instead of pouting, instead of being mad, angry, upset, hard on yourself about what has taken place, ask the question, what has this lesson come to teach me, right? And then rather than putting all your attention on what you no longer have, let go of the attachment to whatever it was you was holding on to. And don't fear the loss. See it as a chance to begin again. That's why I said 5 is half of 10. 10 of Pentacles is, 10 of Cups is like your wish fulfillment. That's the whole kit and caboodle. 10 is a 1 plus a 0. It breaks down to a 1. That equals a new beginning. That 0 means that's a whole new cycle of a new beginning, right? So you're halfway there as you care for yourself, love on yourself, nurture yourself. You put yourself first. You give. You receive what you've been giving, and you're going to receive it because you're going to give it to yourself. You may be wishing that you could turn the clock back on this situation because there's something that you regret. But if you have regret, you're still keeping yourself in a lack mentality. You lack nothing. You lack nothing. And we're changing that mindset. That's why we're going to be doing those vagus nerve exercises, right? Allow yourself to grieve whatever it was that you feel you lost, whatever disappointment. Since there's a 5 on the card, give yourself 5 minutes. No more than 5 minutes. And then we off that. We're going to talk to ourselves like we talk to our friends, like the people that we support, like the people that we show up for, the way that we pour into others, the way that you show up for other people. You're going to give that to yourself. And you're going to be whole. You're going to be in your wholeness. And with you being in your wholeness, it's going to allow you to trust again. Your emotional stability and your emotional security is going to kick in. That emotional security and stability, right? And from you doing this for yourself, you become a teacher. You set your foundation, you redo your foundation, and you continue to grow. Look at your fruits. Look at your fruits here on these stems. Like the fruits here in this garden. And then you're going to be generous with the gifts that you've been given. You have been given gifts, Capricorn. You know how to scale mountains with the little bit of footing that you have. You scale mountains on Craig's, Cregs, rocks, cliffs, broken edges. You know how to do the damn thing. Okay, so again, you could never be faux-gotten. You can never be played like you was faux, fugazi, fake. What you give, what you have given, what you gave, it was real. Now, instead of sitting there and harping on what you have done or what you have not received, it's time for you to go inward and pour into yourself. Give to yourself. Allow yourself to receive the way that it has been given to you. or the way that you give to others. That's a more easy way to say it. The way that you give to others, it's time to give to yourself, Capricorn, okay? I hope you enjoyed this reading with me. Again, this is Verbal Herbs of Wisdom. I will talk to you again soon. And do be well. Be well. Peace.